Hey everyone, Mac is back. Today we're going to talk about the Red Dragon skills in the Together in Winter event, or the Battle of the Long Night is what I refer to it as, because that's initially what it was called. So let's get to that. As you can see, where I'm already in the screen of where the supply is and where they are. So it takes 300 of these shards to be able to purchase one of these, so you need to save them up over time. You get free keys to be able to do your spins, and then once you do all your spins in here, you have a chance of getting these. You can save up. I'm saving 50 at a time, so the next time that I get the next time this event comes around in a month, I will do 50 more of these and automatically get 30 of the shards. And if I do that for long enough and then get a little lucky on some of these spins around here, maybe get some 5s or some 20s, and then maybe even really lucky at the 80s, which is very rare. But that's how you kind of want to save up to be able to get these skills. Just make sure that you save up for the 50. So they give you, I believe it's 10 free ones to start with. So save those 10, and then once you get to 10 here, they give you 3 more keys as well. So even if you get up to, say, 47 keys here, you can get those extra 3 to give you the 50. And then you'll be able to get the 30 shards overall. So just make sure you do that. But back to the skills here, I want to go over them real quick before we start ranking them, because that's what I want to do initially. So the very first one here is the follow-up skill, the dragon follow-up skill. So you're going to get a 12%. These are all max level, of course. You're going to get 12% troop attack, total attack, which is very good. It's going to take a while. It takes a really, really long time to get the max on these. For good reason, because they give you very good bonuses. So you can see the 12% here, and then you can see the follow-up is during battle. Every time your commander uses their active army skill, there will be a 20% chance to trigger a follow-up attack by the dragon with a damage coefficient of 180% to the commander's target once. And if in rallies, it can stack up to 500%. So basically what that means is if your commander, so you have 5 commanders, all 5 commanders, their active skill is going to go off. So at some point this skill is going to go off. So it's guaranteed to go off during an attack, which is what we want. We don't want those ones that are kind of variable, that might go off, might not go off. With the percentages, but this one it says 20%, but if you have 5 of them, 20% of 5 is 1, so you're at least going to get 1 time where it's going to go off in general, and you're going to do 180% coefficient. So this isn't a whole lot of damage from the reports that I've seen, but at the same time, it's damage. It's guaranteed damage, so we do like that one. Then you have the reinforcement, so you're getting a troop defense, 18%, terrible. I'll say terrible. It's a stat. It helps a little bit, but it's really not. It's the weaker of the 3 total stats, so it's not really that great. And then reinforcements. Temporarily increases the quantity of your own troops by 10% when entering combat up to 60,000. So that's pretty good as well. Like I said, as I said before, the 60,000 really isn't 60,000 because you're probably using a buff of, say, 50%. That's 90,000, and if you're using a 75, then it's even more than that. So technically you're going to get even more of a boost, and total troops, or I'm sorry, army size has been can be used in many ways. So that's a pretty good, and this is something you can use for solos as well as rallies. So it's nice to have that kind of flexibility too. Then they have the Legion skill here, Legion building skill. So you get a max health, which is actually better than the defense we just talked about. But this one has the rally size of 410,000 when initiating in a rally. So you're the person who has to be leading that rally. So this is only for rally leaders. If you're not a rally leader, or you don't intend to be a rally leader, skip over this. This will be the least effective one that you want to get. One of the least effective, I should say, because you still get the 18% health there. The next one is so the next 2 are with the anti-counter, and then you also have the army counter skill. So basically, for the anti-counter, it decreases the enemy's troop counter effect on the allied troops by 5% in rallies and when sending reinforcements. So again, this is going to be one for those for those rally leaders, or if you have it, you can if you're joining a rally, it'll stack on top of. But you only need 3 people to be able to do this, because 12%. If everybody has 4. Then there's your max, that you're already maxed out. So You only need three in the group to be your alliance to be able to do this. It's actually a pretty good skill in my opinion, especially if you balance it out with the counter skill as well, because the counter skill, as you can see here, they both give health, which is good, but the total counter is plus 5% in rallies and when sending reinforcements. So they have the extra 5%, which if you think 5% is not that much, or even 12% is not that much, it's actually quite a bit. It's a fairly good skill. These two are fairly good skills to have. It's just that you don't get the total attack for it, you get just the total health, which is still fine. And then you get the cav attack, you get the infantry attack, and the spear attack. The basic bonuses, basic attacks on these ones, they go up to 20% from their own, and then they do an enemy reversal of whatever troop type it is. So this one's the enemy cavalry attack reversal, so to reduce the enemy cav attack by 8% and add that amount to an allied cavalry troops. So basically, you can add more attack on there as well. So if you're maxing out at 8%, plus you're getting the cav at 20, you're getting 28%, which is a pretty good bonus as well. But these are not that important, because you can only have 6 skills on your dragon unless you have the blue dragon, and unless you're a whale or you're willing to spend a lot on that dragon to get all those slots open to at least to the 6, then you're probably not doing that. So we'll come down here to the reroute, which is one of the most popular skills that probably most people have. Most of the medium spenders have, I should say, because that came out in one of the events. I myself went through that event and got this skill as well, because you not only get the reroute, but you also get the 12% total attack on top of that, or the total attack, I should say, once you get the 12%. So that's also a really nice bonus to have both of these. But it reroutes up to 10%, but basically takes 10% of the army that you're fighting out of the battle, just completely gone. Just, hey, see ya, you're not going to fight. You got to have it. Like, if you're going to be fighting, you really have to have this skill, because a lot of people have it now, and if you're setting a rally of, say, even the medium spenders now are getting up there to the 4 million mark in a rally. So I mean, if you're 4 million and you're taking 10%, off the top, that's 400,000 troops. 400,000. Let me repeat that: 400,000 in a 4 million rally. That's really nice. So and they're just not fighting. So you decrease that army size by quite a bit. So I think that's a very good one to get too. And again, one thing I didn't mention in this is that you don't have to rally to have this. You can stack it up to 15% in a rally, but you can just solo and get these too. So this is a kind of a multi-dimensional skill to have. And next one is the Legion Healing, which you can have. So it gives you the defense, which you don't really care too much about. And the skill is you have a 20% chance to heal 100% of your own wounded troops in battle. Now this is one of those ones that you have a 20% chance, so I don't particularly like this one, in my opinion, just because of the 20% chance. There's an 80% chance that it doesn't go off, and then you have nothing. You have you have the 18, you have your defense. That's it. So you have defense, and there you have nothing. So this is not really that great of a skill. The Legion Damage skill, it's a 12% total attack again. We love that. But it also, the enemy casualty rate is plus 10%, so it can stack up to 10% in rallies. The casualty rate cannot go above 100%. So basically, I believe how this works is that if you're wounding a certain amount of troops, well, instead of wounding those troops are going to die. So you get an extra up to an extra 10% of those troops. So say you wound 500,000 troops, and they all go to the hospital, and his hospital capacity is 500,000. It doesn't matter how much his hospital capacity is, but it's just say he has 500,000 in there that got wounded during that battle, then 50,000 of those are actually going to die. So, which is actually really nice. It's a nice excellent skill to have. And then the counter to that is the casualty rate minus 10%. So you might have this Legion's survival, and they might have the Legion damage, and they'll kind of balance each other out. So they are good if they're alone by themselves, but if you have both of them, then obviously you're gonna maybe they counter one, but then the other one's gonna go cause more death, I guess, or more havoc. So we'll go down further here through the last three here: the Army Attack, the Army Defense, and the Army Health. So as you can see, they're all basically going to be the same, except for the army total attack here is a little bit different. So you're going to get the 12%, which is awesome. And then the reversal. So to reduce the enemy army attack by 4.8%. So that's essentially adding on to your 12. So now they're down to, I'm sorry, then they would be down to 16 point, you'd have 16.8% total attack really. And then you add it to all the rallied troops. So that's a nice bonus as well. The other ones over here, they give you a little bit more, a little more percentage overall. So they reduce the enemy defense by 7.2%. So we can add it to, and then I got it to rallies as well. And this was the exact same thing. So let's go to the tiers and we'll start ranking these things. All right. So we're back, and here is the list that I've compiled. And this is my personal opinion. I know there are other people out there that maybe think a little bit differently, but I may adjust it as we talk about it just briefly. But I know I've kind of spent a lot of time already discussing them, so what they are and why I like them or don't like them. So we're going to start from the bottom first. And so we have army enemy health and defense. So those are the two that are the worst ones you get. Like again, you only get 6 of these. You're only going to need 6, I guess I should say. I mean, you can get them all, and then you could adjust them if you need to, depending on what you're using them for. So there is that possibility. They take a long time to get, unless you're spending, an exorbitant amount of money on them. Then, I try to do my videos for free to play and for medium spenders. I don't care about the whales. The whales buy everything. They have everything. They don't really matter as much. They have probably all of these skills just to have them. So that's the last tier. That's the F grade. You really don't want those. You really don't need those. Just avoid them. Then you have the E, which you have the infantry attack, the spear attack, and the cav attack. I put those all together because it's just a simple troop attack, depending on what your troops are. Again, not say I'd want to go for those ones. They're relatively cheap to get, but at the same time, you really don't want those. So I mean, that's 5 of them that are kind of eliminated right off the top. And as you can see, there's plenty. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 to choose from up here, and to fit into those 6 slots that you can get on your dragon. So the next one, the D grade, you're going to get the army attack, which is the total attack one, which I like that one. I like that you're going to give you that 12%, and then kind of then that little reduce the enemy army attack. That's pretty good. It's better than these because in some aspect, I guess you should say, because this one you're getting the 20% for that grade on that attack, but here, if you're probably running a 2 troop type, so this is going to 12. You're running 2 troops, but that's 24% basically attack that you're getting. So I think it's more versatile as well. And then I put the Legion healing skill here, which again, that's that one you're not sure it's going to pop, but may pop off. It's 20% chance of happening, 80% chance of not. So, not really that great. That's why I put it down here at this C. You could move it up, I guess, a little bit, just because when it does pop, it's actually pretty good. For the C grade, the only one I actually just moved it over here because it's debatable. Is the Legion building, because of the 410,000 you can get for the rally. So if you're not a rally leader, it goes down to the F. Just you're not going to get it at all. If you are a rally leader, it's one of the most important ones because you want to have that huge rally size. And I would put it right up here at the top. But what I'm going to do is, as I completely just ruined that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it right in the middle, just so that we can kind of move on from there and not really have to worry about it. Very, very simple thing to do. So now the next one we have is the Legion damage, and is the B group, and we have Legion damage, the follow-up skill, the Legion survival, and the reinforcement skill. So these ones I like all of these ones clearly because I put them in the B level. If you want to get down to it about which ones, which one I would like better, looking at the casualty rate of 10%, I kind of like that because you're guaranteeing more death, and that's what you want. You're decreasing that army, you're killing more of that army, plus you're getting the 12% troop attack there. So this is very, very good. This one, again, the follow-up skill, you're getting 12%, and you're killing those troops. 20% chance, but it's going to pop off at least one time on every battle. So you're killing troops there, and it's not a lot of troops, but it kills troops, and that's what you want. You want to reduce that army and make that army weaker, so that when you're attacking it, you're doing more. Your troops are doing more damage. as well. And these ones here they have a total defense and a total defense, and you're looking at a minus casualty right here. So that's why I think if you're going to go for the Legion damage or the Legion survival with the casualty rates, you go with this one first because the total attack is better than the total defense. And they essentially do very, very similar things. Just one it decreases it and one increases the casualty rate. And then you have the reinforcement, which is increases your troops. And this one, maybe I want to put it up here. I mean, it could go up one more level because that's 60,000 troops is nice. That's the max, of course. So it's another one that's guaranteed, increasing it no matter what. So if I had to rank these, I'm probably going to rank, I probably switch these two maybe. If I keep them in this level, you're only getting the defense here though, and these ones you're getting the attack, so I like the attack better there. Now looking at the other two, the next slot up here, we're talking about the counter skills and the anti-counter, and these I like these skills. I like that if you choose the wrong troop type, if you're getting attacked by someone who keeps countering you, or you're being countered when you attack, then these skills are going to help you in that aspect. And if you have them both, then you're guaranteed to do the damage as well. I mean, that's the one thing I guess with these that maybe I have them too high. Maybe they should be down one, and maybe I should bring up maybe a couple of these to the A, or maybe I'll just nothing in the A. I don't know. What I think is that they're troop counters, so if he counters plus 5% of rallies when sending reinforcements, so they don't always pop off. So yeah, maybe I overestimated these ones. Maybe I should actually maybe move them out of here, and let's I think we put these ones up here, the Legion. I think those and the follow-up. I think those because they're guaranteed to do that damage. So I kind of like them. I think we move these two down here to that area, and I think that's where they need to be. And these other two here, we're looking at 60,000 troops. I mean, you're going to get that off no matter what. So I want to say that. Yeah, I like where they are though, because I mean that's pretty good. But that's I actually if I'm looking over this, I might even do this. I might even because these are giving you health as well, so maybe I'll keep them there because health is more important than the defense. So I think that overtakes it. These don't always pop off, but when if you have that's the thing. If you have them both, one of them's going to pop off. You're going to be countered or not countered, unless you're against bows, which at that point either you're getting smashed or you're smashing them. So that shouldn't even be an issue at all. So I think that's where that is, and I think I like this a little bit better this way. And then of course the very top one is the reroute, and the reason for the reroute is because it can be used in solos, it can be used in rallies, it can stack up to 15%, and it just it just decreases their power and their troops. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. And I would make sure to have that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this gave you some kind of insight about what to get, what not to get. If you're talking 6 skills on your dragon, well, I'm going 1, 2, 3 right here probably. If I'm a rally leader, I'm throwing this one in. That's 4, and then you have a choice between I think these 4 here about what you want to do and how you want to go about it. I might go with those 4 and then get both the counter and anti-counter because you're going to pop off them. If you don't want to go that route and get both of them because getting one is you're not sure it's going to go off, then go over here and get these two as well. So then you can decrease the casualty rate and you can increase the casualty rate, based on how you want to do that and based on your troops. So I kind of like this setup the way it is right here. There's like I said, there's a discussion to be made for rearranging these a little bit as well. So, but until next time, Mac out.